Hey team, I wanted to take a short minute here and discuss case study 5.3. I still got some questions coming in, and I think it would be best if we talked, well, if I talk to the camera about it, right? So anyways, I'm looking here at 5.3, and there seems to be some confusion over the tables. It says using the accompanying table as a guide, evaluate each of the two competencies and place a check mark next to each of the components of a good competency description if the component is present. Now the table that they're referring to is on the next page, on page 128, at least in my book, in my version, right? And then it says next, using an organizational knowledge and learning and strategic systems thinking competency, create a 5-point graphic rating scale for each indicator using the anchors of frequency, amount, agreement, or evaluation. What they're referring to there is actually on page 122. So a 5-point, we call it a Likert scale, right? And it's kind of like a grading rubric. You would take each one of these competencies, like understands DOT cultures. Now, what would be a highly effective? Right? Well, first of all, let's start with effective. That's always the easiest, right in the middle. Well, if you're effective, you would understand the DOT culture. What would be a highly effective? It would be communicates DOT's culture. Yeah, you communicate it to others. What would be exceptional? That would be evaluates or assesses DOT culture or lives the DOT culture or something like that. What would be somewhat ineffective? If effective, we said, was understands DOT culture, a slightly ineffective would be, let's say, struggles. That's not really a good verb to use, but let's say progressing towards DOT culture. Or a completely ineffective would be does not understand the DOT culture, does not live. That's what they're getting at. So, you know, it sounds a little bit more than it is, especially when they start saying a graphic, you know, that throws me off too, a graphic rating system. But I know this is a tough case study. A lot of people have had issues with it. If you're still having issues with it, please let me know. It's Friday. Everybody have a good Memorial Day. Monday night I'll be closing out week 1 and week 2. I've gotten almost all the grading, and what I mean by closing out is that if you didn't submit something, I'll be putting in a 0. Okay, and I'll be closing it out, and you'll have to talk to me saying, hey, you know, I got to submit something because we're entering week 4 of a 3-week semester. Excuse me, of a 7-week semester. So anyways, everybody have a good Memorial Day. Remember those veterans and the people that made the ultimate sacrifice. You know, that's what this weekend's all about. Well, now that I brought up that topic, let me share with you something that was pretty moving to me. I worked with this Command Master Chief, Tony is his name, and he's been serving for about 30 years. Very humble man. And the Navy just loosened up their tattoo policy, right? And he took it right away and got a new tattoo. And what he got was a tattoo of the lone sailor, and he got names and little gravestones all around on his forearm of people that lost their life under his watch while he was in charge or overseeing, you know, their safety. You know, because this man's done time in Iraq, Afghanistan, and one of them is this guy, Mark Mayo, and he was standing watch in Norfolk, Virginia on a ship, USS Mahan. And anyways, a guy was having an argument with his girlfriend. The girlfriend had to come onto the ship. The guy was distraught. He chased her onto the pier, past a security guard, grabbed the gun from a security guard and was going to shoot her. And this guy put it himself in harm's way to protect this shipmate and actually sent bullets to the guy, killed the guy with the gun, but the guy sent some rounds off and killed this guy too, the guard. And that was pretty hurtful. But I bring that up because, anyways, it's, you know, guys like that, you know, senior leaders are affected by our sacrifice. Okay, so think about that. But that's really what they're asking for in case study 5.3. They're asking, like I said, reading it, it seems like a lot. Uh, but you guys can do it. It's just like you're making a little rubric of the competencies that they listed. Okay? Thanks. Bye.